Qing's prose lust and jealousy. Lustfulness is also a matter of jealousy. The first Qing seems to refer mostly to men, while the following Qing is more closely related to women. Therefore, this is the reason why the husband should be restrained. And this is also the reason why the wife becomes more and more disgusting. These two Qings seem to be of great value for discussion. I have seen many married men cursing their marriage, saying that they have lost some freedom due to being controlled by their wives. Today they have to change into a suit, but they force you to go to a secret date and meet a stranger on the train tomorrow. The woman sat together for 2 or 3 minutes, and then she said nonsense that you were deliberately taking advantage of her, which made her tremble all day and night, lest there be any suspicion in the slightest. If by chance, a word about a woman leaks out in the middle of a casual conversation, you have to listen attentively, apologize repeatedly, and finally go to a movie with her, or buy some things. I don't know how much damage I suffer every day mentally, professionally, and financially. Getting married is really not worth the gain. Married men were cursing bitterly. I have also seen many married women cursing their marriage, saying that their husbands have changed their minds. When they go home every day, they either complain that the food is not suitable for their taste, or they complain that the things in the house are not arranged well. Even when they are happy, they just waltz on the floor, or say something. A certain dancer is really good at charming people. A certain star is the most voluptuous. Hey, do you think who has a better birth? Miss A or Miss B? It seems that saying this is exciting enough. When he saw his wife's face change, he became upset and said, I have no ambitions towards them. So, what does it matter if I say I'm happy? At that time, his wife was not to be outdone. You have no ambitions towards them. How can you be happy if you don't go to the dance hall? Besides, how do you know who is sexy and who will be drunk? Changed. The husband no longer praises himself, but praises other women. He no longer pays attention to himself, but pays attention to other women. Let's find a job to be independent. Is there any job in the world that is more leisurely than that of a young mistress? Even if you find it, it's not like a vase. Marriage ruins a woman's happiness. Married women are worried about their families. There are indeed many men in the world who are troubled by their wives being jealous. There are also many women in the world who are troubled by their husbands being too lustful. From this point of view, it seems that the two natures are extremely sinful and must be avoided. However, there is still a difference in fact. In the past, Duke Huan of Qi was lustful, and Guanzhongyan was harmless. Chun was the holy guide, and there are also two beauties as companions. The rest are too numerous to mention. Therefore, it can be seen that if a man chooses a few women who have it, his status will not be affected at all. A gentleman will still be a gentleman, a saint will still be a saint, and a hero will still be a hero. Not only will people not attack him, even to the point of making good remarks, but what about women's jealousy? But it can never be compared with it. Jealousy is one of the 7 origins, and it is indeed a rule set by the sage, which means that when you implement it, you will be given an extra legal favor. The writings of the literati are really terrible, such as Emperor Wen of the Sui dynasty, the stories of Queen Dugu, such as Chen Jichang's wife, and many other guardians in history, always sound strange and harsh. Nowadays, although the great wheel of the times is constantly advancing, jealousy is a woman's virtue theory and other high-profile slogans are actually being hummed by some people. However, under the sign of social publicity, jealousy does not constitute Article 10 of the criminal law. The crime of promising doesn't sound very beautiful. The husband's right hand hugging the dancer's slender waist is an art. Even if he often goes to the back of the flower, it is still a legitimate social intercourse. We are completely friends. Is there any way you can oppose him? Besides, you didn't bring tens of thousands in compensation for your marriage. If you ask your husband to stop socializing, you will hinder his career. If you hinder his career, you and your children will have to starve. As a result, many wives became angry and even refused to be jealous, so they responded to others in their own way. You can socialize in public, but I can't socialize in public. This time it's your turn to be jealous. But this stupid revenge method can only make men sneer. Is it the goddess or the boy who adorns the night streets? Are the dancing girls or the dancing boys lining up round the dance floor? Is it women or men who attract the masses with their looks and sex appeal? An old man in his 70s can dance, kiss and sleep with a girl of 16 or 17 years old, while a woman in her 30s or 40s is already old and it is difficult to find a partner. Are you horny? Just look at the man's patent. Even if you are jealous, you still have to let a man do it. It is said that in the past, if a woman was caught by her husband, she could be killed with a knife. Otherwise, if she did it, she would have nothing to say. But men are just the opposite of women. Being a turtle with open eyes is not only not a virtue, but also a preemptive act. Tang Zhongzong's suggestion for Empress Wei has been a joke throughout the ages. This shows that it is necessary for men to be jealous. Even in today's IAD's first era, it's easy for a man to be jealous. Public opinion is willing to help him, and he can kill you as long as he cuts off your financial supply. The reason why today's men are not known for being jealous is simply because their wives are mostly kept at home, and there are very few opportunities to make them jealous, so they have gained this unfortunate reputation. In short, the current situation is that women rarely have the opportunity to be lustful, and they cannot make you jealous as much as possible, while men can be good if they want it, and eat if they want to be jealous. I remember that there was an Empress Wu Zixan in the Tang dynasty, who was also the Jinlin emperor of the Great Zhou dynasty. She not only chose the noodle head because of her lust, but also regarded the noodle head as a forbidden merchant because of jealousy, and did not allow him to get close to other women. This is an unprecedented example. It can be seen that lust and jealousy also require qualifications. I would like to advise unqualified ladies, just let your men be lustful and hinder their careers. Don't give up your responsibilities because of jealousy. In this way, soon, the enjoyers of lustful and jealous rights will be transferred. The original moral standards in society will also change accordingly.
Alright, this part of the story ends here.
Want to know what happened next? Let's listen to the breakdown next time.